There is a compliment you received last year that you cannot quite recall anymore. The exact words have softened, blurred into a warm feeling you know was there. But there is a comment someone made, maybe years ago, maybe a decade, that you can still hear in their voice. You remember where you were standing. You remember the pause before they said it. You remember how you tried to look unbothered. You went home and turned it over like a stone in your hands, looking for the place where it cut you. Most people would tell you to let it go, move on, focus on the positive, and for a while you might have believed that the fact you couldn't was some kind of weakness, a sensitivity you hadn't earned the right to have, a tendency to dwell that said something unflattering about who you were. You've probably been told you're too sensitive, that you hold on to things, that you need thicker skin. What nobody told you is that your brain was doing exactly what it was designed to do. This is about negativity bias, one of the most misunderstood features of the human mind. Not a flaw, not a trauma response necessarily, not evidence that something went wrong in you. A feature, a deeply wired, evolutionarily ancient feature that shaped how your nervous system processes the world, and it explains so much more than people realize. The research on this goes back decades. In 1998, psychologists Paul Rozin and Edward Royzman documented what had been observed for centuries. Negative events register more powerfully. They are processed more deeply. They leave longer-lasting impressions than positive events of equal magnitude. A single criticism lands harder than multiple compliments can lift. A bad day lingers in the body in a way a good day simply does not. This isn't a personal failing, it's architecture. Neuroscience helps explain why. The amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, responds to negative stimuli faster and with greater intensity than to positive ones. Negative experiences move through the brain more rapidly. They are flagged as high priority. They are stored with more emotional detail. Rick Hansen, a neuropsychologist, described it plainly. The brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. This isn't metaphor. It reflects measurable differences in how neural circuits process threat versus reward. Your brain is not being dramatic when it replays an insult. It is being thorough. And it didn't develop this way by accident. For most of human history, missing a threat was fatal. Overlooking a social rejection, being cast out of the group, could mean literal death. Missing a compliment cost you nothing. The stakes were never equal, so the brain never evolved to treat them equally. The people who remembered social wounds more vividly, who stayed alert to signals of disapproval, those were the people who survived. You are their descendant. You carry their circuitry. This means something important. Negativity bias isn't just a glitch in you. It was, for a very long time, the thing that kept people alive. In unpredictable environments, in critical ones, ones where mistakes had real consequences, a heightened sensitivity to negative signals was not just useful, it was the whole game. If you grew up in a home where the emotional temperature could shift without warning, where approval was inconsistent, where criticism arrived sharply and praise arrived rarely, your nervous system learned to monitor for danger. It tuned itself to the frequency of threat. That wasn't a choice, it was adaptation. It is worth saying clearly, this isn't better than the alternative. People with lower negativity bias are not naive or careless. They are differently calibrated. They move through the world with an ease that has its own value, its own gifts. Neither wiring is more correct. Neither is more evolved. They are different ways of processing a world that contains both genuine danger and genuine beauty. Here's the part most people never quite say out loud. The same sensitivity that makes you hold on to an insult also makes you a careful reader of people. It makes you thorough, attentive to nuance, unlikely to miss what others miss.
The same system that replays a critical comment at 2 a.m. is the system that remembers the small details of someone's face when they were hurting. It is the system that makes you take things seriously: words, promises, people. That doesn't make the cost nothing. It doesn't make the replaying comfortable or the weight easy to carry. But it means the thing you've been told is a weakness is doing something, has always been doing something that actually matters. You are not someone who holds grudges because you're bitter. You are not thin-skinned because you're weak. You are someone whose nervous system was built or was shaped to remember what hurt, because at some level, below language and logic, it decided that remembering was the safest thing it could do. That deserves understanding, not correction. You are not broken. You are not too much.